Okay, so this is the item I bought off of eBay by the seller. This is a Sylvania 4-channel quadraphonic 8-track player. It's the model EQ-3755. The seller listed it as tested and plays great. Okay, now the outside case and everything else looks okay. Can't really see inside there, but the inside looks okay and everything else too. Now, for the sake of this video, which is actually a response to what I anticipate will be, I took the screws off the bottom and the back here, just a couple off the back and that, so it's easy open. I worked on 8 tracks, 4-channel and 2-channel stereo, and 8-track players, 8-track decks, recorders, and that for the better part of 35 years or more. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm looking at. This one, for the most part, even though it's got little things and dents and that stuff, for the most part, and I have cleaned up the case and that already. It was a lot dirtier than this before I got it. But even so, I could see that it had a lot of potential and the case would clean up nice, which it did. So here's the deal. They listed it as tested and playing great. It plays great. I asked them in a PM, who tested it? And when they tested it, are they sure it was okay? And they said they were pretty sure they tested it, and yes, it did play great. Okay, so when I check this out, I always check tapes and players out because I know, like I say, what I'm doing, and I know how to do it. When I open this up to check it out, this is what I found. Now, if you know anything about 8 tracks and reels, mainly 8 tracks and their belts, you can see, number one, this has no belt on it. This is the way I opened it. And this goopy tarry black substance was a belt. Apparently this was the belt that was on there. There's no way this could possibly work, but I've had messes like this before to where the tape was actually still on the big wheel here, and I've had to clean up the whole stinking, rotten, dirty, filthy mess. In this case, it was cleaned up pretty good, and the belt, the tarred belt, was in a bag. But the thing is, like I said, it was listed as tested and playing great, and this is how I received it. So how could it play great if, number one, there's no belt on it, and number two, there's a big tarry, goopy, messy old belt in a baggie here? If it was checked and tested and played great, they probably would have saw that there was no belt on it. They probably would have noticed that there is a big, goopy, messy baggie here with a tarred belt inside. I therefore submit that it was not tested because it did not play great. It was not checked because they probably would have took this massive, goopy, tarry belt out of here if it was checked. Therefore, this eBay listing is a lie. It is not factual. They listed it incorrectly. They falsely advertised their product. Now, like I said, I've got over 35 years experience. I have already ordered belts for this, along with another 8-track recorder player I have, which needs belts, so I have belts on order. I don't know even if this will work when I do put a belt on it. As it sits now, it's a non-functioning, non-working item that was sold by this seller as tested and working great. That's my reply if this person leaves a negative feedback. And it probably will be my reply anyways, because I'm sure I'll leave a negative feedback because this is listed so improperly. What can you say? You know, buyer beware. If somebody else would have bought this thing, they probably wouldn't have been too happy, probably would have smashed it against the wall or wanted to return it to the seller. I have the knowledge and experience to work with stuff like this. I'll see what I can do. I should be able to get it working. The first thing that I have to do is get a belt to test it. So we'll find out in time. Other than that, it looks pretty. So this is for other people that may buy units like this. You have to know what you're looking at. You have to be aware that this stuff can happen. If I sell something, I'll guarantee you it's going to work. But not everybody else can give that guarantee. Thanks for watching.